Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for liking the video and thank you for subscribing as well. If you have not yet subscribed, please feel free to do so. So I'm going to be commenting on the man, they say mentally challenged or a person of unsound mind, took on some would-be robbers in St. James at a credit union. So we're hearing it's a credit union and we're hearing it's a PC bank. So unsure exactly if it's a bank or a credit union, but it's a financial institution, right? So they went there, of course, with the intention of, gaining access to funds, taking or robbing the place. And it was foiled by someone of unsound mind, a mentally challenged person. He could be suffering from schizophrenia, because as you know, schizophrenia, it affects a lot of young males, right? So there's a possibility, right? But he still had the capacity to make certain decisions. And that's what we fail to realize, that not because someone is mentally challenged, they can still make certain decisions. They may not be able to make A, but they can make B, right? Not everything is out of their capacity. And we know that he is mentally challenged, and that, contributed to him being so brave. Like, went out there and did what he had to do, and he understood the assignment. So I can't say that, for sometimes these people are homeless. Sometimes it's a lot of stress. It takes a toll on the mind as well. Only, of course, a physician or a medical doctor can tell you exactly what he's suffering from. But because I know, like, a lot of males under a certain age group, he looks young to me, and he could be suffering from that, possibly. So not everyone who is suffering from a mental illness is totally, no use, right? He had still had some capacity here to know what was going on and to know how to react, right? So kudos to this man, wherever you are. He still had the faculties, and he could process the information. He knew what was going on, and he knew what they were up to, and he made that decision to act. And with him making the sounds, with his mouth, as if it was a GUNSHOT, right? He had all the faculties, the decision making process, all of that. So I'm thinking, because he's young, and schizophrenia affect a lot of young people, right? It's mostly affect within a certain age group. So I'm thinking it could be affected with schizophrenia, and they have the capacity to still make decisions, right, from time to time. Not because they can't make a decision in A area, they're not able to make a decision in B area. A lot of people is in agreement with this, that he deserves an award. He needs to be provided for. He needs to have a shelter, somewhere where he can go shower, eat, a monitored situation, right? And I think I saw the Member of Parliament, Desmond McKenzie, make an announcement about some shelters that are coming on board, right? Where some, the people on the streets could go and have a meal, showers and stuff like that. And they have 2 meals a day. So, because of course he has to be in a monitored setting, right? So I am very proud of what he did, his actions, because he saved lives. The security guard, right? How, she was being roughed up and stuff like that. So he practically saved her life, and maybe others, because we're now being told that there was other staff members in that institution, right? So who could tell he, with putting his own life in danger to save others? And when they scampered off, he went into the facility to check. So I give this man a lot of respect and a lot of kudos. because his actions deserve some type of award from the government, because we're seeing so much bloodshed and so much aggressive behavior towards our fellow citizens by certain people in society. It's wrong to think that someone who is mentally challenged is of no use to society, because they do have use to society, not because they're mentally challenged, meaning that their life is over. And this individual needs a second chance at life. He can be of use to society. Who knows what he's capable of? He looks like he has a capacity of doing a lot of decisions along the way of just the 2 minute or 1 minute thing that occurred. There was a lot of decisions being made along the way, right? Even though they say he's mentally challenged. And it is a general consensus that affected by schizophrenia and bipolar, they still have the capacity to make everyday decisions. They may not, as I mentioned, they may not be able to make certain decisions, and still they're open to make some decisions, right? It all depends on their level of sickness and all of that. He won that battle, clearly, hands down. He won, right? And he did not have all his faculties, but he understood the assignment, and he made the right decisions one after the other, and it worked, right? Even though he put his life on the line. And another thing is, they were trying to hurt him. So it's not just a bank robbery. It's much more than that, because they actually fired live rounds on this gentleman, right? So that to me is attempted murder. Thank God he was not injured, and he was basically unscathed, right? So he won. And they said the righteous is as bold as a lion. So the bravado and the bravery is because, of course, he doesn't have, he stood up to them, because, of course, he is not 100% in his right mind, or is of his right faculties. Because, if it's a person who is not sick or who is not mentally challenged, they're not going to take that on, because, but everything went in divine order, right? Fire extinguisher hose, and they mistook it for a weapon, right? So he actually beat them back with a fire extinguisher hose. And he was also shouting at them. He should be rewarded for his bravery, right? He should be given some type of citizen award and recognition, right? Because he saved a lot of lives. Not only did he prevent the robbery from occurring, but he saved lives. And to me, that is the piece that is paramount. Okay, and we would like to know more about him, but also I'm thinking they should try to keep his identity covered, not to blast it all over the place, right, for his own protection, right? In giving a citizen award, then they would have to call his name and show his face and all of that. Are they going to be protecting him, right? Because they may have, come back at him or whatever, because, of course, he embarrassed them. And, of course, he stopped the robbery from occurring, right? To me, like, it was funny, but at least we are looking at it on another point of view. Initially, when you see it, of course, you can't help but laughing. But after you recoup and come back to yourself, you're saying, hey, this gentleman needs an award. And I totally support that. So thank God no one was hurt. And the security guard may have suffered a little bit of roughing up, and hopefully she did not get any bruising or anything like that. I don't believe that one security personnel should be placed at financial institutions. And she doesn't even look like she was armed or anything. So maybe it's a two-edged sword. If she's armed, it's more problems and all of that. So I don't know what's the point in putting one security personnel outside a financial institution. It's not making any sense. at this point, right? And they should have some type of alarm in the financial institution, in the credit union or bank, which whatever it is. The police, maybe the police was on their way. I'm glad that he was there, and I'm glad he was not hurt. And of course, he saved the day. He's our hero right now. So we need an award for this gentleman, even if it's given privately and without showing his face. So thank you for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.